Oh yeah. What is good? Welcome back to the channel. Today we are back at 360 Auto Works and we're gonna be getting rid of this stock grill finally. We're gonna be replacing it with a backlit Trd Pro Grille, and this thing has Raptor lights. I'm super excited for how this thing's gonna look. Gonna take the front of this truck to another level. So let's get this on. For this install today, you will need the infamous 10mm socket, either a flathead screwdriver or a plastic pry tool, and possibly a pick to get one of these clips off for the wiring. The first thing we're gonna do is grab our 10mm and pop off these two bolts right here on top. If you have a sensor on the front of your truck, you need to pull these two tabs out so you can disconnect that before we take the grill off. Next, you can grab your plastic pry tool or your screwdriver, whatever you're gonna use, and start popping the push clips. There's two on top. One on this corner, one on this corner. Before we take the grill off, don't forget to disconnect your TSS sensor. You may have to put a little flathead in there and pull up on the clip, and then should come apart. Just go ahead and pull back and you're off. Once the grill is off, we have 3 Phillips head screws we need to take off to get the sensor off, and then 8, I believe, Phillips around the grill to remove the inside out so we can replace it with the Trd Pro Grille. And we're gonna have to snip these plastic zip tie holders to remove this all the way. As I'm looking at it, it only looks like we needed to take off the inside screws, so I left on the higher outside ones. And then you got all these push clips. We're gonna push them and remove that inner stock grill. Depending upon what grill you bought, you might notice when you go to reinstall your sensor that there's no bolts to connect to on the new grill. If it did not come with it, your old grill has these two right here. Just slide these out and you're gonna reuse these on the new grill. Once this is in place, you can go ahead and grab your sensor garnish, peel this off. It's the best sound, peeling off new plastic. You go ahead and stick this on here. Make sure you get that centered the first time so you're not trying to peel it off and re-stick it. It's very sticky. Once that's together, you go ahead and flip your grill over. There it is, a first look. This is the backlit Trd Pro Grille, and we're gonna go ahead and clip our sensor garnish on. And that is a first look at it right there. You can check the back to make sure it's seated all the way, and this is. The top 2 are just pins, the bottom 2 are the clips. So now we can go ahead and start to reinstall and wire. So unfortunately, the Raptor lights that Empire Off-Road provided with the kit don't really work. They don't stay seated. And actually one of them was cracked that they sent, so hopefully we can get that fixed. It's kind of annoying because I wanted to wire it all up at the same time, but we're gonna continue we'll wire up the backlit grill and worry about the Raptor lights later. So let's get this put on. Quick shout out to Overkill Lighting, one of my other sponsors. We are gonna be installing them soon here. I got 12 rock lights. Steve doesn't know it yet, but we're gonna be installing them here too. Thanks for the shirt. Welcome to the Bomb Squad. Gonna go ahead and grab our black trim piece. Set this in and get it clipped in place. As you can see, you may have to push the front and the back at the same time to get that proper seat. There. With this zip tie up here that was holding the wire for the TSS sensor, we're gonna replace that zip tie so we can re-fasten it. Now that we have our black TRD Pro Grille on the trim, we're gonna go ahead, reinstall. And guys, definitely double check on the rear that everything is seated correctly and all the clips are all the way in. So now we're gonna go ahead, line this back up. And we are on. With our grill in place, we go ahead, reconnect our front sensor, and then we gotta just reinstall the 2 bolts, 10 mils on top, the 2 push clips on the top, and then we can get this thing wired up. One important note to make when reinstalling this, you only need to take out the inner 8 screws that hold this on, and you will not be reusing them. The clips are the only thing that holds this on. I think there's plenty of clips on there, but if you're concerned, maybe don't go with this grill, and you leave on all the outside screws that hold on essentially the framework that holds this together. Now that we have this all back and buttoned up together, we can go ahead and wire it up and see if it works. So this is our trigger wiring harness. I contacted the company and they said I would be fine to use a 10 amp fuse for the Raptor lights and the grill. The Raptor lights aren't going on right now because they didn't fit right, so we're gonna keep it connected to a 10 amp, and if I decide to install another set of Raptor lights, we can just redo the wiring. Drop a comment below if you think I should get new Raptor lights or just leave them off. So let's connect this to the 10. We're gonna put our excess behind the light here so you won't see that, and I'm gonna leave the excess just in case I wanna cut it and attach the Raptor lights. Pretty obvious here, we're gonna use butt connectors and shrink wrap, red to red, black to black. Pretty simple. As we're wiring this up here, don't forget, if you're in the South Jersey area, to hit Steve up at 360 Auto Works. He can do any of these installs, any lighting, full vehicle wraps, suspension, airbag suspension, anything you need, hit him up at 360 Auto Works. With our shrink wrap over the butt connectors, you can go ahead, heat gun it up. A little bit of electrical tape around the ends and you are weather sealed up and ready to test this out. I know this is a good amount of excess wire, but like I said, we might be redoing it. So we're just gonna put this down here out of sight and let's see if it works. I think that's number 4. Oh yeah. Woo. What do you think? It's pretty badass. It is a Tacoma, now you'll know. If you didn't know. Not a Tundra, definitely not a Tundra. Too big for a Tundra. That is it for this video. We got this thing wired up and connected to the trigger 6-shooter. Now we have the grill and the ditch lights both connected. This can be on. The truck is off right now, and this is on because of how I have the trigger wired. So if you want to do that, check out that video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching.